Hello everyone, I'm Aratrika Bhaumik and I welcome you all to another episode of Courts Today on LiveLaw, where we update you about all the important legal developments that took place across the country today. We will begin with developments from the Supreme Court of India and then move on to High Courts and other subordinate courts. If you like our content, then please don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's begin. The Supreme Court of India has granted bail to a convict named Farooq, sentenced to life in the Godhra carnage case, considering the fact that he has undergone 17-year sentence and that his role was of stone pelting at the train. A Supreme Court bench comprising Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice P.S. Narasimha passed the order in an interlocutory application filed by him in the appeal pending in the Supreme Court. The crime took place on February 27, 2002, which resulted in the killing of 58 persons in a fire inside a coach of the Sabarmati Express, which was carrying Kar Sevaks from Ayodhya. The Godhra carnage triggered communal riots in the state of Gujarat. In an important ruling, the Supreme Court of India today held that direct evidence of demand of bribe is not necessary to convict a public servant under the Prevention of Corruption Act and that such a demand can be proved through circumstantial evidence. A constitution bench led by Justice S. Abdul Nazir and also comprising Justices V. Ramasubramanian, B.R. Gavai, A.S. Bopanna and B.V. Nagaratna said that the proof of demand and acceptance of illegal gratification can also be proved by circumstantial evidence in the absence of direct oral or documentary evidence. We've covered in a video this ruling in detail, the link to which has been given in the description box below. Please do check it out. The Supreme Court of India has adjourned to the last week of January next year the hearing in the cases challenging the electoral bond scheme. Advocate Prashant Bhushan, appearing on behalf of one of the petitioners, that is Association for Democratic Reforms, submitted before a bench comprising Justices B.R. Gavai and Vikram Nath that the matter should be referred to a constitution bench as weighty issues of public importance are involved on which an authoritative pronouncement is required. The bench said that even for reference, a preliminary hearing is required. The bench also expressed difficulty in hearing the matter today, considering the large number of cases listed. The Supreme Court has refused to entertain a petition mentioned by the government of West Bengal seeking liberty for the registration of an FIR against the current leader of the opposition in West Bengal, Suvenendu Adhikari, in relation to a stampede at a blanket distribution event in Bengal's West Bardhan district. The state approached the Supreme Court today saying that the Calcutta High Court had passed a blanket order barring the registration of FIRs against Adhikari without its prior permission. This matter was mentioned today by Senior Advocate Abhishek Manu Singhvi before a bench comprising Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice P.S. Narasimha. The incident took place yesterday in a blanket distribution event attended by Adhikari, where 3 people were killed in a stampede caused due to overcrowding. The Supreme Court has granted time to the state of Karnataka till March 31st next year for the purpose of submitting the Commission's report constituted based on the directions of the High Court on the question of political reservation and reservation for OBCs in local bodies. The Karnataka High Court had directed the State Election Commission to hold elections of BBMP expeditiously, publishing election programs within 6 weeks from the date of publishing of the final list of electoral rolls. The order was passed while hearing a batch of petitions seeking directions for timely holding of the local body elections. One of the pleas which was filed was by State Election Commission. The Supreme Court has approved an application filed by the government of Goa to carry out mine dumping activities in the state, subject to the condition that the recommendations given by an expert committee constituted earlier by the top court were followed. The decision by a division bench comprising Justices B.R. Gavai and Vikram Nath comes as a major relief to the state government, which had back in December 2021, ahead of the 2022 Assembly elections, cleared a new policy for permitting mining companies to export low-grade iron ore extracted from dump sites and was waiting to get a go-ahead from the top court. The Supreme Court has issued notice in a plea filed by 5 specially abled MBBS students seeking to set aside a Delhi High Court order upholding the retrospective application of the amendment to regulations of graduate medical examination of 1997. The matter was heard by a bench comprising Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice P.S. Narasimha. In 2019, the Regulations on Graduate Medical Education Amendment Act of 2019 were passed to amend the Regulations on Graduate Medical Education of 1997. A constitution bench of the Supreme Court of India has reckoned that in corruption cases where public servants are accused persons, the complainants and the prosecution should make sincere effort to see to it that the corrupted public servants are punished in order to eradicate corruption from the administration. A 5-judge bench comprising Justices Abdul Nazir, B.R. Gavai, A.S. Bopanna, V. Ramasubramanian, B.V. Nagaratna has observed, and I quote here from the ruling, "We hope and trust that the complainants as well as the prosecution make sincere efforts to ensure that the corrupt public servants are brought to book and convicted so that the administration and the governance becomes unpolluted and free from corruption." The Supreme Court of India has permitted the Rajasthan High Court Bar Association at Jaipur to conduct elections for the post of office bearers on Friday, that is December 16th, strictly in accordance with the guidelines laid down by the Rajasthan High Court and without contravening the principle of one bar, one vote. This decision by a division bench comprising Justices M.R. Shah and C.T. Ravikumar comes as a major relief to the Bar Association, since the petitioner, that is the Bar Council of India, had stayed the election on receiving a complaint regarding the lack of fairness and transparency in the process. The Delhi High Court has reserved its decision on a public interest litigation petition challenging notifications that allow Sikh passengers to carry kirpans of specific measurements on persons in domestic flights. A division bench of Chief Justice Satish Chandra Sharma and Justice Subramaniam Prasad said that it will be passing an appropriate order in this matter. The Delhi High Court has reserved judgment on a batch of petitions challenging central government's Agnipath scheme and seeking resumption and enrollment as per previous recruitment schemes in defence services. Additional Solicitor General Aishwarya Bhati, appearing for the centre, told a division bench of Chief Justice Satish Chandra Sharma and Justice Subramaniam Prasad that the scheme is making a paradigm shift in recruitment of the armed forces. Thank you. Keep watching Courts Today on LiveLaw for more such updates. See you tomorrow.